Oh, hello. Just talking about the Greek crisis. Greek was supposed to come up with a proposal on Tuesday for another debt plan with the creditors, and they didn't submit one at all. So the European Union is very disappointed with that, and have actually said to Greece, you need to come up with something by Thursday, the 9th of 7th, with a new proposal to secure a deal with the creditors. If you don't, you look like you might be shut down in terms of no money at all. So the Eurozone expects Greece to come up with something, a fresh plan, and basically they want something, sooner than later. Also, there's a full meeting on the Sunday with the 28 members of the European Union, which will be also talking about the new Greek proposal. Brussels has given Greece an ultimatum: come up with something, come up with a deal, or the banks face the prospect of going bust on Monday, which is not a great solution at all. The payment systems are still frozen, and we're hearing that on the ground there are food shortages and medical resources shortages in Greece. Also, Greece is certainly running out of credit. The economic situation is getting worse by the minute. The banks are still closed, and the reality is, as Hollande said, that the French president, it's not just a Greek problem, but it really is a European problem. Despira spoke tonight, and he's also saying the same thing, that it is a European problem. Just because we've said no to the referendum on Sunday doesn't mean that we're not coming back to the table for negotiations, Despira said, and we are looking for a solution. Well, they better hurry, because it doesn't look like they've got much time. There is huge pressure on the Greek government. Both the state and the banking system in Greece are on the verge of collapse, and there's certainly pressure on the European leaders as well to come up with some solution, some sort of international bailout program, because the reality is if Greece goes bust, then there could be certainly contagion effect with other countries as well, like Portugal and Spain and the like. Also, there is some talk they may go back to the drachma, or there may be a Greek exit, which economically speaking could be pretty bad as well. It may not be a solution in the very short term. So the financial effects of that could be absolutely catastrophic. There are still capital controls in place, so people are only able to withdraw €60 a day if they can get it. But again, we are hearing that a lot of cash machines have no cash at all. Literally, a lot of the banks just don't have any money. And the European Central Bank has refused to give any sort of bridging loan or emergency loans at the moment. So Greece, the banks must be literally with nothing at the moment. So really, Hollande said they need a minimum liquidity to keep going. But, we're certainly hearing that nothing's coming through. In terms of markets, we can see that Greece is selling some very short-dated, T-bills in euro, and those T-bills are going at 2.997% just for literally, 7 days or something like that within a week. But the reality is things are pretty bad. If you have a look at the Greece debt that's owed, the Germans are on the hook for quite a lot, 68.2 billion. The European Union has a lot of that, but also there's domestic banks that have quite a bit of that debt as well. So that's why the Germans are being so loud about it and saying, look, we want the money back and that sort of thing. But also France is up there at 43.8 billion, Italy at 38.4, Spain at 25, the International Monetary Fund at 21 billion, and the ECB at 18.1. So, the other countries are owed quite a bit as well. So it really is pretty bad. The reality is there's no income. Greece doesn't seem to have any income to be able to pay back this debt. So, time is certainly running out, and the banks are still closed. But if they don't get the money by Monday, and today is Wednesday, you could see literally a banking collapse. There's no doubt about it. So Sunday they need to have a serious breakthrough in terms of negotiations. Otherwise, they'll literally be running out of money. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope this helps.